request now Dr. Gopal, and who is the Director General of NIHPM, and also the MANAGE. MANAGE is an apex body of extension system of Govt of India, and it's more like a face of National Virtual Academy, the regional initiative on agriculture one thing. And he's also he's one of the senior most IAS officers in the state. He has completed his master's and PhD in geology. When I was having the initial discussions, I have seen the passion in him and to provide support for any kind of new initiatives and activities. And also he can throw some light on the capacity development activities, what they're doing together with the partnership, especially the PG diploma courses, both at MANAGE as well as NIHPM.
Thank you, Dr. Dilip, Dr. Peter Cadbury, and very senior vice chancellors from different parts of the country, and senior scientists. At the very outset, I would like to thank Dr. Dilip and ICRISAT for giving me this opportunity of sharing my thoughts in this forum. It is also a great pleasure that MANAGE, being one of the pilot partners, will be actively associated with this particular program. To begin with, I would like to just explain a few activities of MANAGE. MANAGE, as I said earlier, is part of Department of Agriculture and Cooperation, Ministry of Agriculture, with the main mandate of taking extension to the doorsteps of the farmer. No doubt, the major activities of MANAGE centers around the different programs of Government of India, which are implemented through the central and state extension functionaries and through the KVK centers, some of which form part of ICAR system, and some of them are through university system. In addition to that, Government of India has been trying to shift its focus of extension only through the governmental system. It is actively considering the involvement of private participation in extension, and one of the flagship programs of MANAGE is Agri Clinic and Agri Business Center program, in which the private agriculture graduates and life science students are actively involved in the extension. In addition, Government of India has shifted to the farm school approach, where the farmer to farmer extension is the major focus area. Kisan call centers are another major initiative of Government of India, where government, the scientists, the extension functionaries and the state government functionaries are available to the farmer on a call. This is another major program. In addition to that, as part of the blended programs, MANAGE is organizing a postgraduate diploma in agriculture extension management. Nearly every year, 2,000 extension officers, but primarily from the government system, and some private students also join in this particular program. This is part of the extension management. Now, NIPHM, I am the Director General of National Institute of Plant Health Management. This is also a Department of Agriculture and Cooperation unit, and our primary focus is basically to promote agro-ecosystem analysis based plant health management, and we are trying to bring in ecological engineering for pest management as a synergistic component of ASAP. The reason why I am mentioning about this particular component is, unfortunately, many of us still revolve around the economic threshold level based IPM strategies. There is a need to move away from this. And NIPHM also tries to promote on-farm production of biocontrol agents and microbial biopesticides by training the farmers as well as the extension functionaries. In this regard, we try to rely upon the video format also, so that it will be very helpful for the farmer. When in doubt, he can always refer to these short video films which have been developed. Another major area which NIPHM focuses is plant biosecurity. All of us are aware in a globalized economy, the kind of movement of agriculture commodities that takes place, the rapidity, the distance it crisscrosses, all these issues are becoming a major concern, particularly to developing countries. The sad part of it is, the developing countries have not yet realized the threats the invasive alien species can impose on the native agriculture biosecurity of a nation, which can threaten the very economy of a country. In order to strengthen the plant biosecurity in South Asian region, Government of India has given the mandate to NAPHM to build the capacity in India as well as in the neighboring countries. We also have a focus on pesticide management, the entire life cycle of the pesticides. But primarily we try to focus upon building the capacity of analysts. In fact, we do organize a mandatory training program. Only after attending the training program, an analyst in a safe pesticide testing laboratory is qualified. And in this regard, we also try to help the government in detecting lacing of chemical pesticides, lacing the botanicals with chemical pesticides. So these are some of the major areas. And Manage and NAPHM, we have joined together recently to launch a new program called Induction Training Program for the new recruits of state government employees, wherein we are trying to bring a harmony between the technology and the extension. And here again, we are developing this concept. We are also planning to make it a blended program. Besides the initial contact program, which we will be having for about 15 days, we would like to engage these new recruits through the distance mode for a longer duration to transfer various knowledge as well as extension skills that are required for them. Having said all these things, as far as this One Agri and One Science Global Education Consortium program, I felt that there are certain issues which we need to take into account when we are developing the program. We talked about food security, but food security without food safety cannot be food security. So food safety becomes a very important component, particularly in the developing countries, because in the name of food security, we are focusing only on the production aspect of it, but not the safety aspect of it. And we are getting away with it because the same norms that are there in exports are not being implemented domestically. Once the day dawns where the same norms are implied in a domestic market also, then whatever food that is being produced will not be safe, and food security becomes an issue. And as I said earlier, the native agriculture biosecurity of developing countries is non-negotiable, particularly in the context that some pristine biodiverse areas are there in most of these developing countries. So we have a responsibility in protecting this. And in addition to that, all of us should ensure that the integrity of the native agro-ecosystems at the local and regional level is also protected through this particular program. I am looking forward, both in the capacity of DG Manage as well as DG NAPHM, to participate in this program in a big way. Thank you.